Dear student, today we shall start leukemia. First of all, we shall try to define leukemia, then we proceed forward. Leukemia, it is actually a hematological malignancy. It is characterized by malignant transformation in the progenitor hematopoietic stem cell of either myeloid series or lymphoid series, then followed by the proliferation of transferred malignant cell or clone. So all of you know this fact that in bone marrow there are of two type of series of the cells. One is myeloid series and another is lymphoid series. So if the malignant transformation occur in the hematopoietic progenitor stem cell of myeloid series, then myeloid type of leukemia is going to develop. And if this malignant transformation of progenitor stem cell occurs in the lymphoid series, then lymphoid type of leukemia will be developed. So according to the involvement of series of the cells, different type of leukemia is going to develop. So according to the origin, whether it arises from the myeloid series or whether it is arise from the lymphoid series, two type of leukemia is seen, myeloid leukemia as well as lymphoid leukemia. Another thing is that according to the onset of leukemia, whether the onset is rapid and occurs in abrupt way, duration is very short, then this type of leukemia will be known as acute leukemia. And if the leukemia develop in progressive way, that it requires long time to develop all clinical features and laboratory findings, then this type of anemia is known as chronic anemia. So if we combine the both type according to the origin, whether from the myeloid or whether from lymphoid, and according to the onset, whether it is acute or whether it is chronic, there are clinically four type of leukemia generally seen. These are: first, if it acute in nature, then if arise from myeloid series, then that will be development of acute myelocytic leukemia, that is known as AML. Similarly, if acute leukemia develop from the lymphoid series, then that will be known as acute lymphoblastic leukemia, that is ALL. So acute leukemia will be two type, AML and ALL. Similarly, if the chronic leukemia occurs in the myeloid series, then there will be development of chronic myelocytic leukemia, that is known as CML. And if the chronic leukemia develops from the lymphoid series of the cell, then there will be development of chronic lymphocytic leukemia, that is known as CLL. So there are four type of leukemia. Acute leukemia is of AML and ALL, and chronic leukemia will be CLL and CML. In case of, now come to the some important fact about leukemia as a whole. All of you know that the initiating finding will be seen in the bone marrow, that the progenitor hematopoietic stem cell of either myeloid or lymphoid series undergo malignant transformation. This cell followed by rapid proliferation. So what will be the result? The result will be there will be formation of large number of malignant transformed cell. This malignant transformed cell that arise from the progenitor hematopoietic stem cell is actually immature and primitive cell. So it is called blast cell or leukemic cell. So the malignant transformed cell is known as blast cell or leukemic cell. This type of cell has got some special feature in that sense that these cells are immature, primitive, they lack differentiation and further maturation. So they are not going to convert into the adult or mature hemopoietic cell like lymphocyte, erythrocyte, platelet, or leukocyte. They are not going to fully develop. The second thing is that these immature blast cell or leukemic cell inhibit the function of normal hemopoietic stem cell present in the bone marrow. So the what will be the result? एक तो इसका मैचुरेशन नहीं होगा, ये जो मैलिग्नेंट ट्रांसफॉर्म सेल हैं इसका तो एक मैचुरेशन और डिफ्रेंशिएशन नहीं हो रहा है, मतलब कि वो आगे नहीं बढ़ रहा है. जैसे इफ़ यू नो द फैक्ट इन द माइलोइड सीरीज देर आर डिफरेंट स्टेजेस फॉर द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ ल्यूकोसाइट. ऑल ऑफ यू नो दैट देयर इज माइलोब्लास्ट followed by promyelocytes, then myelocytes, then metamyelocyte, then band form, and then mature leukocyte is going to form. Similarly, in the myeloid series, all of you know that there is also differentiation occurs in the erythroid series, and from the erythroid series, RBC is going to form. From the megakaryocytic series, platelets are going to form. So what is going to happen? Similarly, in the lymphoid series, the first cell will be lymphoblast, then prolymphocyte, and then lymphocyte is going to form, and that lymphocyte will be differentiated again into B type of lymphocyte and T type of lymphocyte. So this is the normal development, maturation, differentiation of myeloid and lymphoid series of the cell. But what is going to happen in the leukemia? All of you know that in case of leukemia, the first their malignant transformation occurs in the myeloid or lymphoid series. Thus these cells, the malignant transformed cell does not undergo differentiation and maturation. So there is a arrest of differentiation and maturation after blastic stage, meaning by in the myeloid series, from after myeloblastic stage, the cells are not going to properly develop or mature or differentiate. In the lymphoid series, after lymphoblastic stage, the cells are not going to mature, differentiate or develop in full form. So this is the first phenomena that is going to happen in case of acute leukemia, meaning by the leukemic cell is unable to differentiate or mature from the blastic stage. So what will be the result? You can easily imagine. In the bone marrow, the hemopoietic stem cell, progenitor hemopoietic stem cell of either myeloid or lymphoid series undergo malignant transformation followed by their proliferation. So large number of the leukemic cell are going to produce in the bone marrow. This leukemic cell also inhibit the function of the normal hemopoietic stem cell present in the bone marrow. So the production of the normal hemopoietic stem cell will be going to reduce. Third thing, that the cells, this leukemic cell are not going to differentiate or mature in the adult form. So the result will be that in the bone marrow the immature cells are large in number, and from the bone marrow, due to the arrest of stage after blastic stage, these immature cell, primitive malignant transformed cell or blast cell enters into the circulation. Bone marrow में से कहाँ आ गया? In the blood, in the circulation. And here from the circulation they can spread, they can go infiltrate into the different tissue. Large number of the immature primitive malignant transformed cell enters into the circulation from the bone marrow, and they are infiltrated through the different tissue. It passes through the spleen, so there will be a splenomegaly. It passes through the lymph liver, there will be hepatomegaly. It passes through the other lymph node, so there will be lymphadenopathy. Actually, lymphadenopathy seen if the malignancy occurs in the lymphoid series of the cell. Similarly, it passes through the bone, so there may be chance of bony destruction and bony pain. This leukemic cell can infiltrate in the skin, in the gum. So different type of manifestation is going to develop due to the infiltration of large number of leukemic cell of either myeloid or lymphoid series. So different type of clinical manifestation will be seen in the patient. Another important phenomena is going to happen here. So from the circulation, this leukemic cell again enters into the bone marrow, and in the bone marrow they are going to accumulated, overcrowded, so that the bone marrow function is going to suppress. The bone marrow is going to fail even due to the overcrowding, overaccumulation of this premature blastic cell, and that is called leukemic cell. So result will be what? If the bone marrow will be suppressed, all of you know that all series of the cells will be going to see affected. Erythroid series will be going to affected. So erythropoiesis is inhibited. So anemia will be going to develop. Platelet nahi banega, thrombocyte, megakaryocytic series of the cell is going to suppress. So there will be bleeding tendency because of thrombocytopenia. Similarly, if it is going to happen in the lymphoid series, there will be lymphoid series is going to suppress, so there will be lymphopenia. Your patient is very much susceptible for infection. Myeloid series is also going to suppress, so there will be neutropenia. So in this way, anemia, neutropenia, bleeding tendency because of thrombocytopenia, lymphopenia, all these are manifestation is going to develop. So this phenomena is generally seen in case of acute leukemia. So meaning by the malignant transformation followed by their proliferation, followed by their infiltration in the different tissue, and from the tissue they enter back to the bone marrow, and by this cycle is going to complete, and in this way different type of manifestation is going to develop, and that may lead to the development of leukemia, acute leukemia. If it is happen in the myeloid series, then there will be AML, acute myeloid leukemia, and if it is going to happen in the lymphoid series, then there will be development of acute lymphoblastic leukemia. So this is the natural history of a case of acute leukemia. The chronic variety of leukemia will be discussed in another subsequent when we shall discuss myeloproliferative disease, and where we will be discuss CLL, and when we will discuss the lymphoproliferative disease, where we shall discuss CLL, chronic lymphocytic leukemia. So now in acute leukemia, all of you know that in the acute leukemia there are two leukemia, one is AML and another will be ALL. So the second important fact about this leukemia, acute leukemia, actually classification. Classification is very important. So classification is given in different way. The first classification is given on the basis that is known as FAB classification of acute leukemia. In FAB classification, this is the old classification, but somewhere and we studied this classification also, although the new classification in 2016 में WHO has also classified acute leukemia AML as well as ALL. So the recently it has been classified by the WHO, but you must know also the old classification, that is FAB. The FAB classification of first AML, acute myelocytic leukemia. This FAB classification is given on the basis of morphological picture and cytochemistry of the blast cell. That malignant transformed cell का क्या morphology है, उसका क्या cytochemistry है, उस आधार पर पहला classification दिया गया, that is known as FAB or revised FAB classification of AML. In this classification there are 8 subtype of AML. This start from M0 stage to M7 stage. So just I say the name of this AML, the subtype of AML. The M0 stage is AML minimally differentiated. M1 is known as AML without maturation. M2 is known as AML with maturation. M3 is known as acute promyelocytic leukemia. M4 is known as acute myelomonocytic leukemia. M5 is known as acute monocytic leukemia. M6 is known as acute erythroleukemia, and last M7 is known as acute megakaryocytic cytoleukemia. So from M0 to M7, the AML is divided or subclassified in different form on the presence or dominancy of the cell in the bone marrow and blood. If myeloblast is dominant, then in the initial stage. If promyelocyte or monocyte is dominant, then different that will be given in the other stage or other subtype of the AML. So this is the FAB classification. And cytochemistry studies show that in AML the leukemic cell has got two enzyme, that is known as, one is known as myeloperoxidase is positive, and some subtype the non-specific esterase is positive, especially in case of M5 stage, that is the acute erythroleukemic stage. Here the non-specific esterase enzymes is positive, and in myeloblast, in this variety, a very important pathognomic changes is seen in the blast cell, that is known as presence of OR rods in the cytoplasm. There is a spindle sepal eosinophilic structure is seen, that is known as OR rods, which is very much positive in AML, especially in the myeloblast. So this cytochemistry it is myeloperoxidase positive, in some extent non-specific esterase is positive, especially in the erythrocytic stage, erythroleukemic stage, and all rods are very much positive. So this is FAB classification. WHO has also classified AML in different subtype, which is already given in your textbook. You must study from the textbook, because of limited time we are not going to say all the WHO classification, but you must know the basic difference between this classification, between FAB classification and WHO classification, is that the FAB classification is based on morphology and cytochemistry of the leukemic or blast cell, malignant transformed cell. But WHO classification is given on the basis of five character of blast cell or leukemic cell. They are clinical basis, clinically on the clinical ground, on cytogenetic ground, on immunophenotypic ground, on cytochemistry ground, and on the basis of these 4-5 criteria, WHO classify or subtype AML, which is already mentioned in your textbook. You must go through this book. So this is the difference. Another basic difference between two is that in FAB classification, for the diagnosis of AML और ALL, FAB क्लासिफिकेशन कहता है कि अब AML और ALL को डायग्नोस्टिक कंफर्म करने के लिए मिनिमम ब्लास्ट सेल ब्लड में मोर दैन 20% से ज़्यादा होना चाहिए, और बोन मैरो में मोर दैन 30% होना चाहिए मिनिमम टू से AML और ALL. For AML, the myeloblast must be more than 20% in the blood, and in the bone marrow it must be more than 30%. This is given in the FAB classification. लेकिन WHO कहता है कि नहीं, in the bone marrow or in the blood, if the blast cell or malignant transformed cell or leukemic cell, either myeloblast in the form of myeloblast or lymphoblast, if it is more than 20% in both blood as well as bone marrow, it is sufficient for the diagnosis. So these are the two basic difference between FAB classification and WHO classification. Similarly, the ALL type of leukemia, acute lymphoblastic leukemia, it is known as acute lymphoblastic leukemia because the blast cell are dominant here, so it is known as acute lymphoblastic leukemia, more common in the children, and it is given in the FAB classification. It is given in L1, L2 and L3 stage. L1, L2 and L3. L1 type of ALL is a small cell type. Morphologically, it is a small cell type, and it is more common in the childhood. This type of leukemia, it is, although ALL is very common in childhood, so L1 stage is more common in the childhood, and the morphology of this cell in the L1, the cell is small in size, the cytoplasm is scanty, the nuclear membrane is irregular, and there is no or indistinct nuclei in the nucleus. So this type of picture is seen in the L1 stage. In the immunophenotypically, it is mostly either B cell type or it may be of T cell type. The second, L2, which is more common in the adult, L2 type of ALL is more common in the adult. Here the leukemic cell is large in size. Number 1 point, large in size. The cytoplasm is moderate in amount. The nuclear membrane is irregular, but there is a presence of 1 to 2 nuclei in the cell. So this type of ALL variety, subtype of, or that is L2 type, it is more common in the adult. And again, immunophenotypically, it is mostly T cell in origin. T cell type of lymphocyte से इसका origin होता है. और तीसरा भी स्टेज है, that is known as L3 stage. So this L3 stage is very uncommon, rare. It is known as Burkitt's lymphoma. In this condition, the cell is large in size, the nuclear membrane is regular, the cytoplasm is moderate in amount, there is vacuolation, and the nuclei is very much dominant in 1, 2 to 3 in number. So this type of ALL is although rare, but it mostly it is B cell type. In immunophenotypically, it is B cell type lymphocyte. तो L1, L2, L3, L1 चाइल्ड में ज़्यादा होता है, L2 एडल्ट में होता है, L3 टाइप ऑफ ALL अनकॉमन है, बर्किट्स लिम्फोमा है. जहाँ L1 का जो इम्यूनोफिनोटाइप है लिम्फोसाइट दोनों हो सकता है B और T, वहीं एडल्ट में T सेल टाइप ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है और बर्किट्स में B सेल टाइप ऑफ लिम्फोसाइट इज ओरिजिन होता है. सो इन दिस वे दिस इज गिवन. बट इन केस ऑफ WHO क्लासिफिकेशन, WHO इतना नहीं मानता है. WHO बस ब्रॉडली 2 ही भाग में ALL को रखा है, सब टाइप. पहला जब प्रिकर्सर B सेल ALL, OLL जिसका प्रिकर्सर ओरिजिन B टाइप ऑफ लिम्फोसाइट से है, और दूसरा ALL जिसका ओरिजिन T टाइप ऑफ लिम्फोसाइट के प्रिकर्सर से है, उससे और इसका ओरिजिन है. तो ब्रॉडली इन WHO क्लासिफिकेशन ALL इज सब डिवाइडेड इनटू ओनली 2 टाइप. वन इज B cell in origin and another is T cell type lymphocyte in origin. So this is the WHO classification and differ in this sense that there is no evidence or no place of Burkitt's lymphoma in case of WHO classification, and also this leukemia is included as a precursor of lymphoblastic lymphoma. तो इस ल्यूकेमिया WHO ने इस ल्यूकेमिया को माना है कि इसका कहीं ना कहीं रिश्ता लिम्फोमा से होता है, दैट इज द मलिग्नेंट इन्वॉल्वमेंट ऑफ लिम्फोरेटिकुलर टिश्यू और लिम्फोरेटिकुलर सेल, एंड द ल्यूकेमिक फेज of lymphoblastic lymphoma is included in the WHO classification. Leukemic phase, although this leukemia can be converted into the lymphoma, especially lymphoblastic lymphoma. So in this way, the WHO and FAB classification is given for AML and ALL. Another important fact for some theoretical aspect regarding this acute leukemia, although the age is important here, that AML are slightly more common in the adult, whereas ALL is more common in childhood, and you must know that the most common malignancy, blood malignancy, hematological malignancy in the child is known as ALL, acute lymphoblastic leukemia. But AML has got no age barrier. It can occur in adult or even in as the age advances, the chances is going to increase. In both conditions, you see here that two cells are very important for the diagnosis. जो क्लिनिकल डे टू डे प्रैक्टिस में हम लोग AML और ALL का जो केस हम लोग डील करते हैं, उसमें हम लोग डायग्नोसिस बनाने के लिए दो सेल का ज़्यादा हम लोग इम्पोर्टेंस देते हैं. पहला, फॉर द कन्फर्मेशन ऑफ AML देयर मस्ट बी डोमिनेंसी ऑफ माइलोब्लास्ट इन द बोन मैरो एंड इन पेरिफेरल ब्लड स्मीयर. माइलोब्लास्ट अगर ज़्यादा मिल रहा है बोन मैरो में भी और ब्लड में भी, तो हम लोग मान के चलते हैं कि योर पेशेंट इज सफरिंग फ्रॉम AML. इफ देयर इज डोमिनेंसी ऑफ लिम्फोब्लास्ट more than 20% as for from the WHO, according to WHO, if it is more than blast cell in bone marrow and blood, then it will be known as ALL. लिम्फोब्लास्ट अगर ज़्यादा है ब्लड में और बोन मैरो में तो हम लोग ALL मानते हैं. तो इस तरह से हम लोग AML और ALL को डिवाइड कर लेते हैं. बिकॉज द क्लिनिकल बाय द क्लिनिकल प्रेजेंटेशन यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू differentiate AML and ALL because the presentation is more or less similar. Only differentiation is made in routine case by the evidence of myeloblast, whether the myeloblast is dominant, meaning by your patient is suffering from AML, whether lymphoblast is dominant, then you can say that the patient is suffering from ALL. So in practical, differentiation of myeloblast and lymphoblast is again very much difficult, because the size of the cell of myeloblast and lymphoblast are more or less equal, about the 10 to 18 micrometer. Shape are very much same, that is round and oval. Cytoplasm is slightly differ in both myeloblast and lymphoblast. In myeloblast, the cytoplasm is scanty or moderate in amount, but in lymphoblast it is scanty. In myeloblast, the cytoplasm appear blue in color. Lymphoblastic cytoplasm is also appear clear blue. In the cytoplasm, the granules may be present or may be absent in myeloblast, but granules are actually absent in lymphoblast. So this is the one point by which we are going to differentiate. Granules may be present, may not be present in myeloblast, but it is almost always absent in lymphoblast. And another important point, that all rods are mostly or 100% it is present in myeloblast, it is absent in lymphoblast. So this is the cytoplasmic difference. न्यूक्लियस का जहाँ तक सवाल है, न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन माइलोब्लास्ट में थोड़ा फाइन रहेगा, उसमें थोड़ा स्लाइटली डेंस रहेगा न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन. न्यूक्लियर क्रोमेटिन का जहाँ तक सवाल है, माइलोब्लास्ट में फाइन रहेगा, जबकि उसमें स्लाइटली क्लम्प्ड रहेगा. किसमें? लिम्फोब्लास्ट में. एंड अनदर इम्पॉर्टेंट, द साइटोकेमिस्ट्री, दैट इन केस ऑफ माइलोब्लास्ट, myeloperoxidase, Sudan black, they are very much strongly positive in case of myeloblast, but it is negative in case of lymphoblast. And to another cytochemical chemistry, that PAS, PAS and TDT, they are the two chemistry stain which is negative in myeloblast but it is positive in case of lymphoblast. And another important differentiating point is that number of nucleoli. In case of myeloblasts, there is 2 to 5 nucleoli are present in nucleus, present in the nucleus, but it is 1 to 2 in number in case of lymphoblast. So by seeing this feature, we are able to differentiate a myeloblast and lymphoblast. But it requires many experience, because it is very difficult to differentiate on the morphological ground of myeloblast and lymphoblast by these features, because sometimes it is very difficult to see the number of nuclei or nature of cytoplasm. So for the practical purpose, we generally use a very simple method for identifying the myeloblast and lymphoblast. If the accompanying cell in the peripheral blood smear smear, अगर accompanying cell मतलब कि अगर सेल्स ऑफ माइलोइड सेरीज अगर ब्लास्ट सेल के साथ मिल रहा है, ब्लास्ट सेल जिसको हम लोग समझ रहे हैं कि माइलोब्लास्ट है कि लिम्फोब्लास्ट है और दिक्कत है, तो हम लोग उसके अगल बगल का सेल हम लोग देखते हैं। कंपनी सेल अगर माइलोइड सीरीज का है, न्यूट्रोफिल ये सब मिल रहा है, तो उस ब्लास्ट सेल क्या होगा? माइलोब्लास्ट होगा। अगर ब्लास्ट सेल इज accompanied by the lymphocyte, mature lymphocyte in the peripheral blood smear examination, then that blast will be lymphoblast. So by seeing the accompanying cell with the blast cell, we are able to differentiate a myeloblast from lymphoblast, and by noting their number, if their number is more than 20 or 30%, then we are 100% sure that this is a case of acute leukemia, and you can easily by seeing the myeloblast or lymphoblast, we can say that it is either a case of AML or it is a case of ELA. So this is the routine investigation by which we are able to differentiate. So in this way, we are the general concept of leukemia, acute leukemia we have made here. In the next class, we shall discuss the etiopathogenesis, clinical finding and laboratory investigation for the confirmation of diagnosis of acute leukemia. In the next class, we shall discuss in the next. Thank you.